Why do I do this to myself, I wonder? I wonder this question every day of my entire life. But then I remember why I do it.
For the fans!
The Dollhouse!
Not over dramatic.
I think we're moving!
Everyone, lean left! The other left, baby box.
I'm learning so much today!
It's everyone's most anticipated movie review from my dumbass of the year, Gabby's Dollhouse, the movie. DreamWorks' fourth film this year that is based off their popular Netflix kids series of the same name. Yes, of the same name, I tell you, of the same name. Okay, but in all seriousness, I know you guys absolutely love it when I review these kinds of movies, but you do realize that I do not have a desire to watch crap like this. I'm 21 goddamn years old. I should be going to see one battle after another. But again,
For the fans!
so in this movie, Gabby's prized dollhouse ends up in the hands of, what the fuck, is that Kristen Wiig? Yep. And that's not even the most out of nowhere casting in this movie. So Gabby must embark on an adventure to reunite the Gabby cats and retrieve her beloved dollhouse before it's too late. Oh boy, I'm so excited! So, when it comes to Gabby's Dollhouse, the series, I have no knowledge of it whatsoever. Mostly because I'm an adult man, I have no kids, so I don't have really a reason to watch this crap. It came out way past my time of watching preschool shows, and I have no little sisters or cousins who would be watching this either. But look at me now! I am now 21 years old, running a YouTube channel where people request I watch this kind of crap. Yep. Freaking Pete. Can't you guys request something like, I don't know, Scott Pilgrim? I think that would be a fun video to do. Fucking love Scott Pilgrim. But no, we gotta talk about Gabby. Gabby and the cats. But no matter how much I was dreading it and did not want to go see it, I went and saw the Gabby's Dollhouse movie in theaters for the sake of the review and, well, let's just say it together, because I had the balls, the gonads, the testiculars to go see Gabby's Dollhouse the movie, because all the big name film critics on YouTube with all the subscribers and all the fans avoid these movies like the goddamn plague. And I would love to do that too, but I don't. And you want to know why? Because I know what the audience wants. And your Lord and Savior, Trev of Trev's Movies, will deliver. I say unto thee, do subscribe for the good deed I have done, because I want to see the Gabby's Dollhouse movie when they wouldn't. Whoa! And on a side note, I already had people asking me when I was going to see this movie and how they were so excited for my review and all that. So now that I have seen what is to be Martin Scorsese's new all-time favorite movie, because, you know, absolute cinema, I can safely say with the biggest smile on my face that the Gabby's Dollhouse movie is 100% without a doubt. It's just, I didn't know what you were expecting me to say. This is not a terrible movie. This is not one of the worst movies of the year or even the decade. It is exactly what you expect it to be. This is a movie made for 5-year-old girls, and they are absolutely gonna eat this movie up and love the entire experience of seeing it in a theater. Now, as a grown-ass man in his early 20s, it's definitely something I never need to see again, but I didn't find it completely unbearable, and it's definitely not the worst kids movie I've watched in my entire YouTube career. But I'm not gonna act like it's particularly good. This isn't a movie that's gonna send bad messages to kids or some brain rot bullcrap that they'll watch on their iPad that has no substance. It is literally the sheer definition of a 90-minute distraction. It is a movie that you can turn on for your kids while you do work around the house or maybe babysit. There's almost no in between. But with that said, this is still a movie review, and I still have to tell you what works and what doesn't about this movie. And hey, just because I said this movie was tolerable enough, doesn't mean that there aren't still parts of it that are kind of annoying. Yeah, so one thing I was not aware of going into this movie was that it is sometimes an interactive film where Gabby will ask the audience to do something to help her on her adventure. Whether it be pinching her ears, helping Gabby find a certain house, or even helping her and her friends through the magic of song. Same studio that released Puss in Boots: The Last Wish and The Wild Robot, everybody. This isn't a preschooler movie like Paw Patrol the movie, but more like the freaking Oogie Loves, with less perverted cowboys.
Do you like bubbles?
Yeah!
Well, gosh, are you in the right place? Walk this way.
Note to self, drunk reaction. And I'll be honest, every time Gabby did ask the audience for help, I did sink in my seat quite a bit. But honestly, it doesn't happen as often as you might think. Actually, after a while, it starts to feel like some kind of pointless add-on because there are so many scenes where she is clearly in some kind of danger, but she does not bother asking the audience for help when she clearly needs it. Also, what happens if we don't answer? Does Gabby just die or something? But on top of this being an interactive movie, this is also a freaking musical. Oh, does my luck just keep getting better? And as the songs go, it's not the worst musical I've ever seen, especially when it comes to kids' movies, but the songs, of course, are forgettable as all hell, and not really something your kids are going to be asking to play in the car. Or maybe they will. Prove me wrong if you have kids. There are really only two I could think of that stood out. One being about a kaleidoscope, which was fine, I guess. And another one, I am not making this up, by the way. There is a song that plays in the background really freaking quickly that goes skibbity meow. What the fuck are we doing, DreamWorks? Are you serious? You're actually making me think, hey, Trolls was not all that bad now, was it? Should I even mention that they also play the Gummy Bear song at one point? What the hell is going on this year? Lilo and Stitch is still playing Uptown Funk, and Gabby's Dollhouse is playing fucking Gummy Bear. It is 2025! Jesus Christ! Except I will say to this movie's credit, that doesn't really feel that out of place for something like this. I guess I will also say that this would be a great movie on LSD because there is so much shit in this movie that they do not explain that really needed to be explained. The movie opens up with Gabby's grandma building the dollhouse with all the little characters when Gabby was much younger, and she tells Gabby, hey, all you gotta do is pinch your ear and hold on to your little toy, and she shrinks down into the animated form with no explanation of any kind. So it is never explained how they have magic, how the Dollhouse cats are magic, how the Dollhouse cats can just bring anything to life, or even what kind of Houdini shit Gabby's grandma put in that thing. My best guess is that she bought the dollhouse off the black market and then just decided to paint it like a little girl's dollhouse. Or a better question, where the hell is Gabby's parents in all of this? Because, slight spoilers, but the movie does wrap up with setting up that there might be a spin-off with a certain character. So yeah, I really need to get this through your heads. The only reason you should watch this as an adult with no kids, unless you're in my position, is if you're baked as shit. The movie does have this message about growing up and how you stop playing with your toys, and while it's a good message and done well here for a movie like this, it has been done to death, and there is this little film series called Toy Story that does it so much better. I bring this up because, forget what anyone says, if I had that possessed little dollhouse, I'd be hanging out in that thing no matter what age I was. Hell, I'd probably live there. The roommates might be a little much, but I don't see any bills I'd be having to pay. Also, it has its own self-driving car. Fuck it, this sounds awesome. I also want to bring up that if you saw the trailer, you might be led to believe that Kristen Wiig is the villain of this movie, and that's not actually true at all. And I'm so glad it's not true because this leads to the best character in the movie, that being Jason Mantzoukas. Yeah, I was not aware at all that he was in this movie. But the reason he is the best character in this thing is because, well, It's Jason Mantzoukas. Of course, the character, voiced by Jay Zarian, Rick Flair, and Bill Zarian, is going to be the best character in whatever movie he's in. But probably the weirdest part of this movie is his vocal performance, because he weirdly gives it his all in this thing. As if someone really needed to be like, okay, who's gonna tell him that this is not invincible? As for any other positives I actually have, compared to the images and clips I've seen of the TV show, the animation is actually really good, and even tries out some other animation styles, like with these wooden characters that have CG stop motion looks to them. I also got the smallest of chuckles from one of those characters, because he was clearly baked as shit. If you end up going to see the movie, you'll know exactly which one I'm talking about. Aside from just Jason Mantzoukas, all the actors do a good job with what they're given, and I can tell that this show actually means a lot to the girl playing Gabby. But I will say that it will be pretty funny when she does get older and moves away from this show, because it will completely defeat the entire message of this movie about growing up and whatnot. And again, it's got some good messages for kids, and I even think some adults can get something out of said message. Seriously, how many of us watched Toy Story 3 as an adult and immediately regretted giving up our toys? This movie surprisingly is going to do the same thing. Also, this is the first time ever that I went to see a movie in theaters and they left the lights on through the entire freaking thing. Look, I was gonna say something, but not only was it funny, but me and my friend already had to go out twice to ask them to start the actual movie and turn on the freaking picture. Oh yeah, you thought I went to watch this shit alone? Hell no! That review will be coming out very soon as well. But in the end, Gabby's Dollhouse the movie is made for a certain demographic that I am clearly not a part of, but I'm not gonna sit here and go on some kind of stupid rant of how awful it is. It's not like the Paw Patrol movie where it's actually decent for what it is, or like the Ryan's World movie where it's a legit awful movie and stuff's going on behind the scenes. It's a movie for little girls that adults will tolerate at best and go on about their day once it's over. If you have young daughters under the age of 5, take them to go see it if they want to go see it. Anyone who is over that age can just skip this one, unless you decide to go watch it with your dumb buddies while tripping balls. Or, hell, beat them over the head with a bag of sugar. It's pretty much the same experience. At the end of the day, this movie isn't meant for me or really anyone watching this video. It is for little girls and they will love it. That is it. As for me though, it very much just flew in one ear and out the other. I'm gonna give Gabby's Dollhouse the movie a C-. Did I really just review this and grade it while wearing cat ears? This video better get a lot of views and subscribers. But hey, I like to see any of the big name film critics on YouTube try and do what I just did. And I mean an actual review and not just saying, oh, it's a kid's movie or it's for little girls. I mean an actual review saying what's good about it, what's wrong with it, and all of that. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. Subscribe to my channel, like this video, turn on the notification bell, and while you're at it, go follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Letterboxd at Trev's Movies. And before you go, I know exactly how we gotta end this video. Pinch on my left ear, pinch on my right. Grab Stitch's hand and hold on tight. Ooh.